Hey, Caly here, playing games. This is Monster Loves You, and I'm doing a playthrough where I'm a super bad monster. Let's go. Here we go. Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters call the whale mist. There was a monster village of Omen. You're born from slime that holds the memory of monsters, known for actions and attitude. You're not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of fighting, eating, and screaming. Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. It's time to be born. Let's do it. Be born. You awaken in the thawing season when the ground is soft and wet. Your eye is open. You're a morsel, just barely born. You float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are around, exploring, flailing, and stealing food from each other. Let's try to swim. Another morsel swims towards you. It opens its mouth to show a set of small, sharp teeth. It bites you. What? This is intolerable. Stop that biting at once. You pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. Kill it! You rip into the violent morsel. It has fangs, but you have claws. Your first snarl. Excellent. When the fight is over, you're chewing on the other morsel's eye, which is all that remains. Serve them right. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking towards the bottom of the spawning vat. Well, these things happen. Survival of the fittest. You watch the half-formed baby monster slip beneath the surface. It begins to break apart. Let's swim down and take a bite out of it. You dart in and rip a chunk out of the slimy body. It's good. So delicious, in fact, that you find yourself eyeing other morsels, the strong as well as the weak. Belly is full, so they're safe for now. You've grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. You're going to get into some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? A terrible one. Let's go be terrible. Let's be terrible with this chicken leg. Hamrag, an older monster, brings a big sack full of squirming rats into the cave. As he heads for the spawning vat, he trips and all the rats spill out onto the floor. Let's gobble up some rats. You block the escape of a dozen rats. Other monsterlings are closing in, but you have control of this group for now. How many will you eat? As many as you can. Rawr. You have to fight some of the other aggressive monsterlings, but before Hamrag is back on his feet, you've filled your belly to bursting. Stones. Some monsterlings are building little stone towers. Blatz comes to you with a heaping armload of smooth rocks. Do you think this is enough to build a tower? Let's prank him nicely. You tell Blatz he has too many rocks. He gives you half of them. You quickly build a statue that looks vaguely like Blotts carrying an armful of rocks. The other monsterlings look on in amusement. Even Blotts seems to enjoy it, though his own tower has suffered. That's hilarious. Let's do this one. You're chatting with Gobclaws and Blistery when a foul stench wafts in. Monsterlings all over the cave are shivering and holding their noses. Ugh, what is it? It's Blotts! Oh, geez, Blotts. Someone's gotta tell him he stinks, but not the way his monsters should. Blotts sees your groups and makes his way over. Gobclaws and Blistery retreat. Ugh, he's a tower of stink. Get away! You throw a bit of rotten lichen at Blotts, which actually makes him smell a little better. He slumps and waddles away. Take a shower, Blotts. Question marks. Smirk sits by himself in the furthest, darkest corner of the cave. He's slumped and deflated, like a float pod missing half the gas inside. His eye brims with slimy tears. Leave him be. We're a bad monster. He mopes around for a while and lies down and doesn't move for a long time. You feel a little guilty. Oops. We're halfway to adolescence. Okay, we're gonna push this guy off the cliff, probably. A tiny cat scampers into the cave, followed by a worried Mopsy Moral. The cat leaps and climbs, coming to rest on a high ledge. The little cat sits on its high ledge, linking one paw and staring down at Mopsy Moral. Mopsy stares back up at the cat. Who is that? I have no idea. She makes something called the Omen Harbinger for the few monsters you can read. She's one of the older elders. Her head looks like a mushroom. Okay, well, is she writing a story about this cat? She might be, but she doesn't look hungry. Regardless, the little cat seems upset that it wasn't consulted in the matter. I don't care about cats. Let's talk to this fox. A roly-poly fox stumbles into the brood cave, leans against a rock and coughs. It looks vaguely at you and the other monsterlings, showing no fear. Let's talk to this fox. He says, "Hello, I'm a talking..." Then it drills and spits. It's really sick. Eat it! Oh, I might get sick from it. You amble over to the fox, which has no fear of you. You can feel the heat radiating from it. You tear its feverish body apart and eat it all. Om nom 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 nom. This one. Nash spies a delicious Mousehead mushroom. Mine! She plucks it from the floor, but it tumbles from her claws and bounces into a dark crevice in the wall. She's too afraid to go after the mushroom. No way am I scared. She scrambles into the darkness and returns, eating the last bit of the mushroom. Oh. Snake. What's that noise from the spawning vat? A big snake is eating helpless morsels. They moan and cry, but it doesn't stop. Bring it on, snake. Wait, or we could eat the morsels. Let's eat the snake. You puff yourself up and approach the snake. It glances at you and swallows another morsel whole. Hey, snake. You are what's for dinner. You pounce on the snake. It's 5 times your length and twice your weight, but your claws cut its scales like they were paper. Eat the snake. You start with the tail and gobble the snake, one big bite at a time. The skull crunches in your jaws and a fang jabs your tongue. That would probably hurt. Oh no. You wake up and you find that you're no longer a little monsterling. You are growing up. Elder Marinus calls the oldest monsterlings together in a group. You're one of the oldest now, so you should join them. Okay. Marinus shuffles down the long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of forking passages. Marinus stops in a warm, humid chamber. With a pit in the floor, she points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. Let's go! You fall and fall some more, and fall and falling, and the other monsterlings are falling, and some of them are crying, and you can't see through the mist. Is it fog? Maybe clouds. Moans, groans, whispering, screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. You land on smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, the floor is dry as a bone. You hear other monsterlings breathing nearby. Some of them are still above you, still falling. Let's get out of the way. You rejoin the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out of here than you can count. Some monsterlings begin to panic, while others look determined. Let's take charge. I'm a bad monster, so I'm gonna slash the others to show that I'm in charge. A half-seen monsterling whimpers in the fog, and you flick your claws, drawing a little blood and a lot of noise. A few howls and shrieks cow the others into silence. Explore in an orderly fashion now that someone's in control. You soon discover that all the passages converge in yet another mist-filled chamber. The mist here is even thicker, and you quickly lose sight of the other monsterlings, which is okay because they're cowards anyway. The chamber swirls with mist, smoke, fog, vapor, except it's not any of those things, it's ghosts. Hundreds of them. Large, small, they're everywhere. Very spooky. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to you. Their eyes glow different colors. Stand fast. The ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant, all in unison. They ask you, do you fear? Yes. No, we're gonna wait and say nothing. The ghosts stare into and through you, as though you're the one made of mist. One sharp voice speaks from behind you. Why are you here? Let's bide our time. A small ghost coils around your foot like a cold, wet snake. The ghost moans, will you lend us some of your blood so we may go on? No! You scream and leap. The ghosts are insubstantial, swirling around your claws like nothing at all. Nothing at all? Nothing at all. Stupid spectral monsters. References. They laugh at you and prove that they're not entirely untouchable. Tendrils of mist. Circle your throat and begin to squeeze. Pass out. Oh no. Oh boy. I'm very ferocious.